Everybody's doing well, man. Manchester United, Manchester United, Manchester United. A lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. David Ornstein coming out with the new manager situation. Fabrizio Romano with some transfer news. But overall, also Dogu. What's going on with Patrick Dogu? He's going to be out for 10 weeks, man. So he's only coming back in April. Hey, that's gonna be a miss, right? No Dogu until April. So probably the next time we play Chelsea, because we are playing Chelsea 18th of April, that's when Dogu might genuinely come back for Manchester United. And he's been amazing, bro. He's genuinely been amazing. 2 goals, 2 assists in 2026. Right? he's been the star, Dogu. He's genuinely been the star. He's been the guy that has been turning up for Manchester United. Hopefully he recovers well, because we need this guy, man. Dogu has been brilliant, man. Dogu has been brilliant. Unlucky with the injuries. He's been voted for Premier League Player of the Month. So hopefully he wins that. But overall, let's just get into this, man. Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein breaking a lot of things down. And the next manager is going to determine a lot, bro. For sure, the next manager is going to determine a lot. The next guy Manchester United bring in, it's everything. It's everything. And David Ornstein, let's get into this, bro. Let's actually get into this. David Ornstein actually speaking out. Let's actually get into this, bro.
Into contention. Now, many have said, can't repeat what happened with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He could do well, and you've got to make the change. I don't think it's that binary. I think run your process. Start speaking to available coaches now. If you can, coaches that are in work and it doesn't upset or break rules with their employers, speak to those who maybe are in international jobs, run your data analysis, crunch the numbers, look at your stylistic fits, like they did last time when it was ultimately Tuchel and De Zerbi who got...
So he's saying last time it was Tuchel and De Zerbi, right? Tuchel, De Zerbi, they were the main guys. And he's saying we might go back for guys like Tuchel and guys like De Zerbi, bro. So let's see what actually happens with Man United, because this is a massive decision, bro. You can't just make this decision and expect to get away with it
to the end. But in and amongst them were Frank and Pochettino and others. Xavi's always linked to Manchester. You know, you've got all of these people that you've got weeks and months now to study. And Michael Carrick could play himself into contention. That may mean that he emerges as a proper contender as they really bring it to the boil and the summer arrives, or he may phase out in their mind, in his own mind. Like maybe he doesn't want to take this on at that time. I don't think there's anything firm at this time.
He's saying, hey, there's really nothing firm, right? Michael Carrick, I'm gonna be real, he might be our next permanent manager. If he does well, he has a great relationship with like Jason Wilcox. We heard that, hey, we might go back for De Zerbi. Thomas Tuchel is high on the list. So there are a lot of managers Man United will go out for, according to David Ornstein. So David Ornstein, we know how reliable this man is, bro. We know how reliable this man is. He's saying currently they're also judging Michael Carrick, bro. Michael Carrick is realistically there to become the next Manchester United manager. It just depends on what happens this season. He's saying, hey, well, we're keeping it simple right now. We're keeping it simple. The process hasn't started. The process hasn't begun, bro.
I think do your work, get on with the things that you should be doing to give yourself the best chance of an appointment. They're not maybe the attraction they once were, where we're going quite historic now, where if Manchester United came calling, you were going there. Like there was no question under Sir Alex Ferguson. So they kept signing the best Premier League or English players there were. And I thought that would have continued with a Harry Kane and a Declan Rice, because they had the chance to sign them both, but it hasn't really materialized.
So he's saying, hey, the pool for Man United is not the way it used to be. So in the transfer window, we've tried to get some players in, but the pool isn't the same, because Semedo, he breaks this down after, but he's saying, yo, Semedo as well, he's a guy we had money for, right? The money Man City paid, we had that type of money for Semedo, and we still have that type of money in the January transfer window.
That. And I think the most recent example is Semenyo, who Manchester United were there for, and he decided to join Manchester City. You've got...
So there he is, breaking it down that, okay, we had that money for Semedo in the January transfer window. We wanted him, we tried to get him, but he chose Manchester City. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But Man United have money. Man United have money in this January transfer window. We have cash, we have some dough, and spend some money, right? Spend some money right now, because we know Dogu is out now. Dogu is out now. It's gonna be a massive issue without this guy. He's been brilliant in 2026, playing like Gareth Bale, scoring goals, getting assists. So you're gonna need somebody on that left-hand side, because if Cunha gets injured as well, you're screwed, right? So let's see.
Players who know that they'll have a greater chance of success elsewhere at the moment, whether it be City, Arsenal, perhaps Liverpool. But those margins are quite fine, and things change quickly in football. So I don't think...
He's saying things change quickly in football, right? They still an opportunity for Man United. We can still go in for somebody in the January transfer window, but it just depends on whether these guys are awake or not, right? David Ornstein keeping it simple, saying, yo, we had money for Semedo, right? We had money for some people, and obviously the process for the new manager, it's on everybody's mind. Okay, who's gonna be the new manager? That decision will determine everything for Man United. That decision will determine whether we are successful or not. I think, yes, right now as fans, we have to be happy. Okay, Michael Carrick, back-to-back wins. He beat Man City. He beat Arsenal. But overall, the thing that's going to determine our success long-term is that new manager, right? And David Ornstein touched on it. Hey, we're going to keep it simple. We're not going to hesitate. We're not going to rush. Michael Carrick is a contender. So he's just broken everything down. And he's also saying, bro, we have money. We have that cash. We have that cash to spend. We have that cash to go out there and get somebody decent, bro. Get somebody decent, because we were about to pay, what? 60 M's or something for Semedo. So, hey, there's money for Man United. There's money to spend. And overall, go and get somebody, bro. These injuries are doing us over. Go and get somebody midfield. I don't know. Do you promote an academy player, right? Since Dogu is out, we'll see. But overall, we have some cash.
And Mbeumo is a good example. I don't think they're having major struggles to attract people to join Manchester United.
And he's saying, yo, it's not like United are struggling to attract people, right? The people who come. Semedo is a once-off issue, right? Obviously, if you go head-to-head with Man City are in a title race. He chose Man City. It is what it is. But January, there's still a few days, bro. There's still a few days for you to bring somebody in, for you to back Michael Carrick with somebody, man. Back the manager. Let's get this top four over the line. That is the situation with Man United. Top four is everything, bro. Top four can genuinely change our season for next season as well. Because, hey, regardless of whether you like Michael Carrick or you don't like Michael Carrick, you want Michael Carrick to stay or you don't want Michael Carrick to stay, whoever the manager is next season, they're going to need that top four, bro. It's going to help us attract some players. So overall, it just makes sense for Man United to say, okay, cool, let's get somebody in, let's get that top four. So if you buy somebody in January, it helps you secure top four. I think David Ornstein is right. Okay, let's just back the manager fully. Let's just see what we can do as Manchester United. Let's just see if we can evolve, if we can take ourselves to the next level. But overall, we have money, man. We have money. And this is another video of Fabrizio.
Of course, there are already rumors about him potentially staying at Man United.
So a lot of people are... I played that of David Ornstein. David Ornstein, he did say, yo, Michael Carrick, he has the potential to stay. And here's Fabrizio Romano doubling down, right?
Yeah, I think the start has been fantastic. We have to say congratulations to Michael Carrick because he was really silent, not saying anything big in press conference, not creating any expectation, working hard, doing an incredible job on the tactical, technical, and also mental point of view with the players. Then getting 6 points against Manchester City and Arsenal is unbelievable. So fantastic job so far. It's still too early to say whether Carrick will have the opportunity to stay as a permanent manager or not at the end of the season. But for sure, the start has been fantastic.
So he's saying it's too early, right? But David Ornstein is saying, hey, this guy's a contender, bro. This guy, he is a contender. His relationship with Wilcox is extremely well. So it just depends on how Michael Carrick performs from now until the end of the season. The start has been unbelievable. He might be the guy, but we've heard the names, bro. Thomas Tuchel, De Zerbi, apparently Luis Enrique is on the list as well. So the next Manchester United manager, we'll see, man.
I think if he's going to continue like this, also in terms of creating a positive atmosphere in the dressing room, around the fans, everything looks different at Manchester United in the last 10 days, 15 days. So I'm sure he will have probably the chance to prove this. So Man United have no agreement with any other manager at this stage. I always said it's going to be a long process to decide who is going to be the Man United permanent manager in the summer. Obviously, if Carrick will continue like this, I think he has a chance. And then when we talk about midfielders, guys, I want to mention...
Yeah, Carrick does have a chance, bro. Carrick does have a chance. We'll see how he performs from now until the end of the season. I think most fans have been happy. Most fans have been satisfied with what the man is doing. And overall, if Michael Carrick just keeps it simple, keeps winning games, gets us into the top 4, look at the competition we have, bro. Liverpool inconsistent, Chelsea inconsistent. I think 4th place is there for us. 4th place is there for us. And with Fabrizio, just touching down on like some transfer window. Obviously, we have some money, but will we spend that cash? That's the main question, bro. We have some money. We tried to buy Semedo, so there's money there for January. Will we spend that type of money? And Fabrizio just breaking down some of the players that will stay, some of the players that might come in. Let's hear this.
Because Michael Carrick is doing a fantastic job. 2 games in charge since he signed as interim manager at Man United, beating Arsenal, beating Manchester City, 2 starts for Kobbie, the foundation of Manchester United, this kind of players, he said a few days ago. And he's doing that with facts, because at the end, Kobbie is starting, Kobbie is showing his quality once again. And now I can confirm to you guys that as soon as the market will close, Man United will start pushing for Kobbie new contract. Remember,
looks like Kobbie, that new contract is gonna come, bro. And they're only giving him this contract because, let's be real, he has been good. He is a talented player. Under Michael Carrick, he's shown his qualities that, okay, you can build a team around this guy. You can really develop this guy, and he can be one of the faces of our midfield. So let's see if this new contract for Kobbie will change any situation, because for sure, we're going to replace Casemiro with a midfielder. I think minimum 2 midfielders will come in for Man United, right? Replacing Cas, getting in just another guy for squad depth. I think Ugarte might leave as well. Right, we've seen the two games under Michael Carrick. Ugarte not really getting any game time. So I think we might get rid of 2, right? Casemiro and probably Ugarte as well. Ugarte, it might be game over for Ugarte, man. It might be game over for Ugarte.
That his contract is still not expiring anytime soon. So Man United are in control of the situation, but they want to show full trust in Kobbie with a new contract, with a longer deal, and with a better salary. The salary is the real topic here, because in terms of length of the contract, the urgency is not that crazy. But Man United want to show trust in the player. The player, let me clarify this once again, never wanted to leave Man United on a permanent deal. The player wanted to play. So Kobbie wanted to develop, to play, to be consistently a starter for a new team.
He loves Manchester United, bro. He loves Manchester United. That was a fact. And with Ruben Amorim, I think my main issue was, hey, why aren't you playing Kobbie? Now we're seeing his qualities. Now we're seeing, bro, Bruno's qualities as a number 10. But right now, hey, the Carrick era has officially begun, man. The Carrick era has officially begun. He just needs to stabilize himself and get top 4. Stabilize yourself, go to the next level, and overall, see what you can do for Man United. See how you can cook for Man United. But overall, I've been genuinely impressed with Michael Carrick, right? Fabrizio Romano breaking it down that, hey, Kobbie Mainoo, that new contract is because of Carrick. Carrick is telling the board that, yo, this guy, he's a quality midfielder. And Michael Carrick, he would know, bro. Michael Carrick was a quality midfielder. He knows, bro. Bro, ballers know ballers, bro. Ballers know ballers. So, crazy situation. I think we will get in somebody. We've been hearing Ndidi to Man United. Is it the best situation? Is it the greatest deal ever? I think some fans will love it. Some fans won't really love it. Overall, whoever comes in, just bring some quality in, bro. Just bring some squad depth in.
Why? Because Man United, he was not playing with Ruben Amorim. But he was not going to leave on a permanent transfer. He was always a loan. Napoli almost had the deal done on loan for Kobbie Mainoo. But then the deal was a straight loan. No by option, no by obligation. Kobbie was always going to return to Man United. Now, he's at United, he's playing, there is a new manager with Carrick, everything looks fantastic for Kobbie Mainoo, and so now new contract is going to be. Just to close, guys.
Yeah, so that new contract is certified for Kobbie Mainoo, and he's also like just touching down on the unwanted guys, bro. Obviously, Rashford, Barca have already started negotiations for him. I think he is gonna join Barca long term, no problem with Marcus leaving Manchester United. I think with Marcus, it is what it is. He's enjoying life in Barca. Rasmus Højlund, he's enjoying life in Naples. So we are gonna get rid of some of these players, and money is gonna come in. Obviously, Casemiro, it is what it is. We won't make money from him. He's done his thing. Good luck to him in the future. But this season, just help us get top 4.
On many questions I'm receiving from Napoli Man United fans on Rasmus Højlund situation, remember that Man United already received 6 million euros loan fee. 6. Plus, they have a buy option clause included in the contract with Napoli, which becomes an obligation if Napoli qualify to the next Champions League group stages for 44 million euros.
44 million is a lot, man. 44 million is a lot. Get that money for Højlund. 44 million in the bag. You still had money for Semedo. Apparently, we were going to spend over 60 million to get in Semedo. So, bro, that's 100 million just for a new midfielder, right? That 40 million for Højlund. The 60 million you're going to spend on Semedo. That's 100 M's right there for a new midfielder, for Carlos Baleba, for Elliot Anderson, whoever you're going to bring in. So that money we're getting for Rasmus Højlund, that's some amazing money, bro. That's some amazing money. Obviously, it is a loss. It is a loss in terms of the books. We bought Højlund for way more money, right? We bought Højlund for a lot of money. Obviously, it is a loss. It is a loss for Man United. It is what it is. But at least you're accumulating some of that money back, bro. 40 million, it is what it is. Let's take that money from Napoli. Let's celebrate the situation. And let's see how we can move forward as a team.
So a potential package of 50 million euros for Rasmus Højlund. At the moment, the message, guys, is very clear. Between Højlund and Manchester United, the story is considered over. Man United want to receive the money. Man United believe that Napoli at the end, with or without this clause, will still go and sign Rasmus Højlund on a permanent transfer. Man United feel that the player will be a Napoli player, also because they feel Rasmus Højlund already feels he's going to be a Napoli player.
Yeah, with Højlund, he's gone, man. He's genuinely gone. And we were hearing reports about, our boy Sesko. Apparently, him and Dogu, they were both publicly criticized by Ruben Amorim, right? And apparently that got to them, bro. And with Ruben, just his way of managing. We heard those press conferences where he would call out the players, call out the academy. Eventually that caught up to him, man. Some of the players weren't really playing for him. And it is what it is. Ruben Amorim is gone. The new era has begun. I think right now, let's just focus on just building a better squad, man. Focus on building a better team. Regardless of whether Michael Carrick will be here next season or not, right? Get us top 4, man. Get us top 4. Build something. Build a foundation. the defensive foundation is there, bro. The defensive foundation is there. I think we still need a new left back because right now looks like Man United view Dogu as a winger, bro. Well, Dogu, this guy's a winger, and Diego Leon is not really ready to be starting. Luke Shaw next season he might become the injury-prone Luke Shaw we already know. So Man United, let's keep it simple, bro. Let's keep it simple with the situation. Right, and let's keep it moving. Let's try your best to just accumulate top 4, accumulate a better squad. And obviously, people are gonna have their discussions. Hey, is this guy good enough? Is Michael Carrick good enough to be the next manager? This and that. Is Michael Carrick good enough to be the next guy? Right, to be the guy to take us to the next level, man. And overall, yeah, maybe 2 fullbacks, bro. Maybe 2 fullbacks. It is what it is. But overall, just improve the squad overall. Improve the squad overall, man. Improve the squad overall. Midfielders, bring them in. Since Dogu is now a winger, you might need somebody in. Diego Leon ain't ready, right? Luke Shaw, he might go back to his injury-prone situations. And also, maybe even in January, let's look for a left winger, bro, because Dogu is out. Dogu's out. Let's look for a left winger because you're gonna need that competition for Cunha. I think he's been perfect. He's been amazing off the bench. Cunha has been amazing off the bench, coming off the bench. But now he's gonna be starting games. Dogu is injured. Cunha is definitely gonna be starting games. And let's just strengthen as Manchester United. Let's just go to that next level as Manchester United. But overall, we need some signings, bro. We need some signings. But hey, Fabrizio Romano keeping it simple.
He's not a player from Man United on loan. This is what the player believes. This is what those close to Rasmus Højlund believe. And so this is what Manchester United also feel. Man United want the money. Man United...
You're saying Ndeye is perfect. He is, bro. He's a good player, no doubt about it. He is a good player, no doubt about it. But I have a feeling Man United, we already have a plan. And we are also hearing that Enzo Maresca, he's a guy on the list for Manchester United. He's really a guy on the list for Manchester United in the summer transfer window. So let's see how that all develops. We've been hearing managerial situations, everything that's happening with the managers. Let me just play that again with David Olsen,
Carrick could play himself into contention. Now, many have said, can't repeat what happened with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He could do well, and you've got to make the change. I don't think it's that binary. I think run your process. Start speaking to available coaches now. If you can, coaches that are in work and it doesn't upset or break rules with their employers, speak to those who maybe are in international jobs, run your data analysis, crunch the numbers, look at your stylistic fits, like they did last time when it was ultimately Tuchel and De Zerbi who got to the end. But in and amongst them were Frank and Pochettino and others. Xavi's always linked to Manchester. You know, you've got all of...
So last time, bro, we were linked to guys like Frank, bro. Thank the Lord we didn't get Thomas Frank. The next manager, bro, he's gonna determine everything, right? These were the candidates the last time, right? David Ornstein telling us the main candidates. Frank, look at how he's flopping at Tottenham. Imagine if we got Thomas Frank at Man United. It would have been a disaster. That's why the next manager is everything, bro. The next manager is everything because Ruben Amorim and Thomas Frank, those were the main guys for Manchester United last time, right? Thomas Frank, thank the Lord he was still at Brentford. We never got him in. It would have been a disaster. It would have been a disaster. It would have been he would have flopped. Thomas Frank and Man United would have flopped. That's why I'm saying this time around, make the decision based on, okay, who's the perfect guy for Man United, right? The guy that can play good football, the guy that can win, and the guy that can eventually win us trophies. Because at Man United, that is the main aim for a manager. If you're the manager of Man United, you have to be able to win trophies. So that next Man United manager, whether it's Carrick, whether it's De Zerbi, whether it's Luis Enrique, one, you have to back them. Two, they have to play at least some good football. Three, they have to win trophies. And that's the main part, right? If you're going to build a foundation, if you're going to build something with somebody, eventually that somebody has to win you trophies. And Thomas Tuchel, that's why I think we're waiting, right? Tuchel might be the guy we're waiting for. Some people are saying Southgate. I don't think Southgate is going to genuinely happen. Fabrizio Romano came out to debunk that situation. Hey, Southgate to Man United, that's not happening, right? It ain't happening. They're looking for somebody, one, with Premier League experience, two, somebody that's a winner, bro. Somebody that's a winner. Somebody that can take us to the next level. Somebody that can actually evolve Manchester United. Manchester United is that club that, we're still big. We are still big, bro. I know we haven't won the Premier League for over 10 years. I know we haven't won the Champions League for such a long time. But we're still a massive club. This is still Manchester United. So the process is everything, man. The process is everything. Do I believe that we're going to do some transfers? I don't think so. The way he's talking, David
These people that you've got weeks and months now to study, and Michael Carrick could play himself into contention. That may mean that he emerges as a proper contender as they really bring it to the boil and the summer arrives, or he may phase out in their mind, in his own mind. Like maybe he doesn't want to take this on at that time.
I don't agree with David Ornstein. If Carrick does well, he's going to take the job, bro. He's going to take the job. Obviously, we know Michael Carrick, he's a humble individual. I think he knows where he's at. He knows his level. He's a humble guy. Can he reject the club if we offer him the deal? I think Michael Carrick, there's a potential of him rejecting us, right? There's a potential of him rejecting the permanent job just based on, he might think I'm not ready, or he might think, hey, this board might not back me, and that might lead me to failure. But overall, whoever you bring in, it's going to determine everything, man. It's genuinely going to determine everything. The next manager, that's the guy that will represent Man United. I still want Ineos and the Glazers out, right? Ineos and the Glazers, they've been wasting time wasters. Omar Barada, time waster. But overall, this is going to judge these guys 100%, bro. 100% is going to judge Omar, the Glazers, all these guys. And I also wanted to play this video as well, man. Let me also put this on the screen before I touch this down. Because this has been an argument for everybody, man. This has been an argument I've been seeing for everybody.
People are telling me that no matter what Michael Carrick does, he shouldn't get an opportunity to manage Man United. And I'm looking at it and going, right, 2 weeks ago, Man United was a sorry state of affairs. We were the butt of everyone's joke. It was a debacle, what we was looking at. Michael Carrick's come in and turned the collars up on his long trench coat, right, and said, listen, guys, get behind me. I'm going to put you in a structure that's going to actually suit the players that we have. We're going to be hard to play against. We're going to work hard, and we're going to be a threat. And by the way, guys, my first two games are Man City and Arsenal.
And so this was Rio Ferdinand replying to Roy Keane. So Roy Keane, he doesn't want to see Michael Carrick. Regardless of what Michael Carrick does, Roy Keane doesn't want to see him, right? So this was Rio Ferdinand replying to Roy Keane saying, yo, that's crazy. Regardless of what he does, he doesn't deserve an opportunity. That's actually a crazy statement. So Rio Ferdinand making a great point, right? Obviously, we've heard what Roy Keane, I don't have the video right now, but we've heard the viewpoints from Roy Keane. He's saying no matter what Carrick does, he doesn't want to see Michael Carrick as the manager. And that was Rio Ferdinand just replying to Roy Keane saying, you are crazy, brother, right? Because look at the structure Michael Carrick has brought. Look at the type of football Michael Carrick has brought. Two of the best managers Michael Carrick has done a back-to-back against them. So I think it is fair for him to have an opportunity. Obviously, a lot of people comparing it to the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer situation. If you appoint Michael Carrick full term, it might end up like Ole. It might end up in a situation where everything is all lovey-dovey, man. Everything is all lovey-dovey. Everything is all amazing. But once you make that full-time appointment, everything might change, right? The players might turn on the manager. That's the only worry. That's the only worry. Can Michael Carrick do it as a permanent manager? That is the only worry, man. That is the only worry. That is the only frustration. But I believe he is good enough, bro.
Don't think there's anything firm at this time. I just think do your work, get on with the things that you should be doing to give yourself the best chance of an appointment. They're not maybe the attraction they once were, where we're going quite historic now, where if Manchester United came calling, you were going there. Like, there was no question under Sir Alex Ferguson. So they kept signing the best Premier League or English players there were. And I thought that would have continued with a Harry Kane and a Declan Rice, because they had the chance to sign them both, but it hasn't really materialised like that. And
so imagine if we signed Harry Kane, man. Harry Kane, Declan Rice, those are opportunities we missed out on. But it's unfortunate with the Dogu thing. The Dogu situation is unfortunate.
People forget my age, that I'm
because this was him before.
I still got a lot of things to improve in my game.
This was Dogu before the Arsenal game. So before the Arsenal game, he was really turning up. He was really performing, Dogu, and this was him just talking and discussing every situation. Hey, he's experienced so far.
Obviously, people forget my age, that I'm still young. I'm 21. I still got a lot of things to improve in my game. But obviously it was difficult to move from Italy to England. It's a different country, different environment, different people. So it's all about adapting in the beginning and, get to know new people, create new relationships and stuff. So it just come over time, and hopefully I will keep improving and help the team as much.
So unlucky for him, bro. He was on the up. Unlucky for our boy Dogu. He was really on the up, just for him to get an injury. Really unlucky for Dogu, man. I feel for him, because Premier League, this month he might win Premier League Player of the Month for January. He has been nominated. Vote for him if you can, man. Premier League, just go to the Premier League app. Vote for Dogu as Premier League Player of the Month. Unlucky situation for him, bro. Hamstring injury. He's gonna be out until April. Unlucky situation. He's just been performing 2026. He's been the player of Manchester United, right? He's been our best player in 2026, man. So unlucky for Dogu. Unlucky for Dogu, because he's been experiencing an up, but now injuries have really taken that away from him. Injuries have really taken away from him. In 2.5 months of no football for Dogu. Unlucky, bro. Unlucky situation, but overall, it is what it is. With Dogu, just focus on recovering, focus on coming back. He'll be back for the Chelsea game, 18th of April. So apparently that is the date Dogu is expected to come back. But overall, it is what it is with Dogu. Unlucky situation, unlucky moment. But let's see what we can do, man. Let's see what we can do as Man United. Let's see how we can evolve. Hope we do get in 1 or 2 players, but overall, it's just about who we bring in to back Michael Carrick. I think he can get top 4. It's just about the players we bring in to just stabilize the squad, man. Stabilize the foundation, and the next manager as well. I wouldn't be shocked if Michael Carrick is the guy.
I think the most recent example is Semenyo, who Manchester United were there for, and he decided to join Manchester City. You've got...
Yeah, so we have money overall. We have money for some players. We have a situation. But overall, that next manager is everything, bro. That next manager is everything. Keep it simple. And don't overcomplicate things when you are getting a new manager. We saw the process the last time. Thomas Frank, all these other guys. I think Pochettino in 2026, he shouldn't be on the list for Man United manager. There are some faces on the list where you come out and say, De Zerbi, I like him as a manager, De Zerbi, but in the big games, is De Zerbi gonna be turning up? We've seen him in the Champions League. He makes horrible decisions in the big game. So if you can get Luis Enrique, he's an amazing option for sure. We heard David Ornstein, Enrique is a name they're going to look at, right? Luis Enrique is a guy Manchester United are going to look at. If you can get that guy in, go and get him, but you gotta back him, right? That's the thing with Ineos, bro. You can't just be bringing in these fancy managers and not really back them, right? If you bring in Luis Enrique, you gotta give him some quality midfielders. You gotta give him some quality attacking players. You gotta give him a quality left back, right? Hey, if Luis Enrique is leaving PSG, go for Nuno Mendes, right? Go for Nuno Mendes as a left back. That would be a massive statement from Manchester United, because we know Luis Enrique leaving PSG. Some of these PSG players, they're going, bro. They're not gonna stay long term at PSG. Luis Enrique leaving, you can get somebody like a Nuno Mendes, man. You can get the best left back in the world, Nuno Mendes. Bring him in to Manchester United. I think that's the perfect signing, since Dogu is now a winger, right? Dogu is now seen as a winger. Bring in somebody like a Nuno Mendes. If you're really serious about winning a trophy in the next 3 years, those are the types of players you bring in, bro. Those are the types of players you sign. So Manchester United, if you can bring in somebody like a Nuno Mendes, go there. Do it, right? Hey, Fabian Ruiz, that's a statement as well. So let's see who they actually bring in. But overall, the most important decision is the next manager, right? We can talk about bringing this player, bringing that player in January, but the next manager will determine whether we win a trophy in the next 3 years. This season, it is what it is. We're not going to win trophies. It is what it is. We're out of the FA Cup. We're not going to win the Premier League. So it is what it is. This season is going to be trophyless. But next season, the season after that, the manager you bring in will determine whether we win trophies, right? This season, it is what it is, bro. No trophies for Man United. It is what it is. FA Cup, we're out. Darren Fletcher messed up, right? Darren Fletcher messed up. Darren Fletcher flopped. But it's just about what we do as a club in the coming days, right? In the coming days, it's about what these guys do. It's about can they bring in a player to back Fletcher, because, hey, top 4 as well. Top 4 is going to be important for our next manager, bro. Luis Enrique, he's going to have options. If you're going for somebody like a Luis Enrique, Pep might leave Man City. I think Slot is another guy that's going to get sacked. So, hey, Luis Enrique, he's going to have options. These managers were chasing, they're going to have options, right? I don't know. Maybe Chelsea might sack their manager as well, bro, because I know he's new at Chelsea. But if he doesn't do well, he might get sacked as well. So, bro, the manager situation is high. Real Madrid are looking for a new manager. So Luis Enrique has options, right? These guys we want, these managers we want, they have options, bro. So let's just give a scenario. Obviously, Michael Carrick, his only option is Man United. If we make him the permanent manager, it is what it is. His only option is Man United. But somebody like a Luis Enrique, somebody like a De Zerbi, somebody like a Thomas Tuchel, these guys have options. Even I know Glasner, his stocks have gone down, bro. Let's keep it real. Glasner in 2026, his stocks have gone down, right? Iraola in 2026, these guys, their stocks have gone down. Nobody's really looking at these guys, but they're still on the list for Manchester United as a new Man United manager. But overall, what I'm trying to say is whoever we go in for as the new manager, they got options, bro. They got options. Glasner, he's got options. Even though his stocks have gone down, he's got options, bro. So Man United, if you go for a Luis Enrique, he's looking left and right, bro. He's really looking left and right. Hey, do I go to Man United or do I go to Manchester City? Or do I go to Real Madrid where they're going to back me? Or do I go to this club where they're going to back me? Because let's keep it real. De Zerbi last time, he rejected us for a reason, right? There's a reason De Zerbi rejected Man United. He saw the board and said, hey, these guys, are they really backing me? These guys, are they really doing what they need to do? So overall, the next manager is going to determine everything, but it is what it is. Let's just keep it simple. Hoping everybody enjoys their day. Just wanted to touch down on this update from David Ornstein. The update from David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano. We might sign a player. We have money for a player. Let's see if we do sign them. But overall, it is what it is. Hoping everybody